about a graph, right? Last time we talked about graphic sources.
That's true, ma'am.
Okay. Now,
You're saying a voice right now.
Justin. Okay. Now, we're going to continue. So, please open page 53.
No.
53. Okay, open page 53.
3.
Yes, 53.
Max and well.
Fun.
This minister.
That's not 53, Christian.
Oh, okay.
53. Okay, let's
Done.
open page 53. Okay.
That's
Now
a
I'm
core.
gonna. Yes, that one, Christian. Well done. Okay. Now I'm gonna screen sharing. We
No,
will.
the screen share or not the screen will be lagging, and not only Tani Subrata started screen sharing.
Oh no, it could be bad.
Only Tani Subrata started screen sharing, Mister.
Now you can see it. Okay.
Mister. Yes.
What is it,
What's that?
Pael? What is it, Pael?
No,
Wait, Pael, what is it, Pael?
Yes. You
What is?
understand no sound.
Yes, my recording has no sound. Thank you for reminding me that. So, to make sure that you get the lesson again correctly, I will make another recording to explain that part. Okay, to explain the part that was last week. Because it also happened for grade 4 and grade 7 when the day that I teach you on Thursday. So that is the reason why I will give you another recording later. Okay? Okay. Now,
Hello.
Justin, I'm already recording it. Okay.
Where?
Now,
Well, there's no recording sign in the Zoom.
because I'm not using the Zoom for recording, I'm using my own screen recording. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is there are several keywords that we are going to read from these passages, from the text. But before we do that, we will do something first. This is about not matching cards like last time, but
What page it is?
it is 53. Okay, page 53. So
59.
So now what we're going to do is to guess what is the picture telling us about. So for the first one, what do you think? What is that?
Crust. Crust. Crust.
A crust. So it's a crust.
Crust.
Okay?
Crust.
Crust.
Okay, crust. Yes, it's a crust. That's right.
Crust.
Now let me ask you, what is the meaning of crust?
Crust means
Crust is a crust.
crust is dirt.
Crust is not the dirt.
The skin of the earth.
The skin of the earth. Yes, Michael. Crust is the skin of the earth. So crust is actually the skin part. Okay, have you ever heard about a stuffed crust pizza?
Yes. It's crusty.
Yes, stuffed crust pizza.
Crusty musty.
The inside of the crust of the pizza has maybe cheese or meat or sausages. So, crust is the outer layer of something, not only just for the earth, but it's the outer layer of something that is crust. Okay? So that is, once again, if you look into the picture, it's over there. So let me ask you, if we on the street, that means we are on the what part of the earth?
Crust.
On the crust part of
Crust.
the earth. That's right. Okay, that is the first one. Now the second card. Okay,
Mantle.
this is called mantle.
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 Mantle. As you can see, mantle is almost in the red part, right? This is where magmas built up.
Okay.
This is the mantle.
Lava.
Do you know the meaning of mantle?
Lava.
Mantle means
Because layer.
Mantle. Do you know the meaning of mantle?
Lava.
Mantle is not lava, Fael. It's different. Okay, mantle is something that it's like a blanket. Okay, mantle is like a blanket. So it's something that's surrounding the thing that is protected. For this is the mantle where the magma is inside here. The difference between magma and lava, Fael, lava is when it's already go out to the crust of the earth. That we call it lava. But if it's still in the inside of the mantle, we call them as magma. Okay, so that's
Magma.
why, what is this then? The third one. What is it then?
What's that?
That's not the sand. This is
A magma.
a magma. Yes, a magma.
Magma.
That's right.
Magma.
This is the magma. Okay. So now magma being created because it's from stones that being melted. That is magma. And why it can be melted? Because what is this again? The core. The core of the earth.
Core.
Yes, that's the core. So, because we have the core of the earth, that means it's very hot. It's really hot inside. And then, because we talk about natural disaster, when someone saved, we call them
Sleeping.
as survivor.
Survivor.
When someone is saved, we call them as survivor.
Yes,
Okay?
I can survival.
There's
And
two
then
survivors.
And then this one are sandbags,
What's that?
sandbags to
Okay.
hold the flood. So we call something like this is to prevent.
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 Prevent. So in bahasa Indonesia, prevent means mencegah. Okay?
No.
So
Mr.
this,
Johnny saying
I tell you that this is about the meaning. If it's about the meaning, it's still okay. Okay. So now what we're going to do is that we want to read several things in
Read?
here. Yes, we want to read it. Okay. So first one, what we want to read is about the inside the earth. Okay. So inside the earth. Now, is there anyone who wants to read it for us? Is there anyone who wants to read it for us?
Mr. 1 2P.
Okay, go ahead, Michael. Is there anyone who wants to read this one for us? The inside the earth. Let me give you
Mr.
Ashley. Okay, go ahead, Ashley. Wait, let me make the.
The ground we
There we go.
stand on is solid. But did you know that it is part of the Earth's tiniest layer, which is called the crust? In some places, the only 8 kilometers thick. Below the crust is the thickest layer of Earth. It's called the mantle. The mantle is hotter than the crust and is made both of solid and melted liquid rocks called magma. In the Earth's center is the core. It is made of metal and is the hottest part of the planet.
Okay, thank you very much, Ashley. So, which part of the earth is solid? What do you think? Which part of the earth is solid?
Crust?
Let me ask
What?
you, do you know the meaning of solid? This one, do you know the meaning of
Solid
solid?
is Can I speak Indonesian, Mr.?
Yes, go ahead, Ashley.
Padat.
Yes, solid in bahasa Indonesia is padat. So, which part of the earth is solid? What do you think? Which part of the earth is solid?
Which what, Mr.?
Which part of the earth is solid? Which part of the earth is solid?
Mr. Dhani.
No, magma is a liquid.
Mr.
What is it, Justin?
Do you know how hot is the car, Mr.?
Unfortunately, I forgot about it. I knew before, but I forgot about it.
I know.
But before you answer that, Justin, can you answer which part of the earth is solid?
The crust.
The crust, yes. So the ground we stand on, or the crust, is solid. So if you go into the mantle of the earth, it is not solid. It's liquid. Okay. So how hot is it, Justin, if you know? How hot is it for the mantle?
Around 6,000 degrees Celsius.
Around 6,000 degrees Celsius. That hot. That means almost
Yes.
everything can be melted in there. So, which part of the earth is the hottest?
Of course, the core.
Core.
The
course, the
mantle is
core.
like full of lava. The mantle is full of magma, and magma is the same as lava. And lava usually is less than 1,200 degrees. That's the hottest, 1,200
Lava
degrees.
is when the magma is coming out, we call them lava. That's the reason. Okay, so now let me ask you, how thick is actually the crust? How thick is it?
30 kilometers. Around 30 kilometers.
Around 30 kilometers. Okay, and some, it's also only 8 kilometers thick. Some. Okay. Now, what do you think? What is the mantle made of? What do you think?
Like what?
What is the mantle made of? It's already in text over there. If you see over here, okay, the mantle is made of both solid and melted liquid rock called magma. So the mantle itself consists of magma. Yep, magma. Okay, so that is about the inside, the earth. Now, last time we're talking about the graphs, about graphic sources. What can you learn from this graphic source? From the picture, what can you learn? What can you know about the picture? What can you know about the picture? Can anyone tell me what can you know about the picture?
Do you mean?
What can you know from the picture in over there? This is our graphic source. So what can you know? What do you learn from the graphic source? Thank you.
How? The inside of the earth.
The inside of the earth. Thank you, Michael. Yes, we can learn about the inside of the earth. We can learn it faster than we just reading it. So that's the purpose of the graphic source. Okay, now I'm gonna clear it, and then we're going to the next one, which is about a giant puzzle. Who wants to read for the giant puzzle?
Me, Mr. Me.
What's
You
the
already
puzzle?
read it for us before, Ashley. I will choose another one then. File. File, read for us, please.
He say no.
Where?
What do you mean by where? I already told you. Did you not pay attention?
Yes.
Go ahead, read it.
The earth
Go ahead, come on. Where is your book actually, Rafael?
yeah,
Where is your book?
was
Where is your book file?
Cambridge.
Hmm? Where is your book?
We can kill it.
Cambridge.
No, I'm asking you, where is your book? Okay, then please read the one that I told you.
The earth was and five continents are divided into several large pieces called usual groups. Float on top of the hot magma of the mantle.
It's in your book too, right? Why didn't you read it from your book? It's in your book too, right? Fael, next time, please pay attention. Because I saw you, you don't pay attention at all. You just laze around on your chair. Okay, Fael. I know reading sometimes can be boring. I know. But pay attention. Okay. So, for this one, so what do you think about continental plates? What is continental plates? What do you think?
Um,
What? What do you think about continental plates? What is a continental plates? What is continental plates?
is
Is a what? Is a what? Hmm.
Is
Is a what? Can anyone tell me what is continental plates? We're talking about a little bit of science over here. Okay. So
Continental plates. The plates float on the top of the not magma of
a
the
country.
mantle.
yes, so the plates float. Yes, the plates float. But the meaning of the continental plates itself is in the text too. It is said that the Earth's crust and part of the mantle are divided into several large pieces. That we call them as continental plates. Now, if we look closely to the map, okay, let me zoom it
It's
in.
like a country.
It's almost like what we call as a continent. Okay, I'm gonna erase that. It's what we call as continent. That's why we call them continental plates. As you can see over here, there are plates surrounding some islands. And in Indonesia, In Indonesia, we have 3 kinds of plates around us. From here, and then also from here. That's why we almost have what we call as earthquake. Now, another continental plates like this one, this is the African, because it's the African continent. There's also the Europe over here. Okay, this is the Asia, and this is the America, and obviously this one is Australia. So it's divided by continents. We're studying a little bit of science here in English class, so that's fine. I know this will be kind of hard, but that's fine. Okay, so every questions will be already in the text itself. I know this is reading, I know this is kind of tiring, but let's go another one. Okay, a crack in the crust. Who wants to read it for us?
Just
Kenny, you want to read it for us?
Yes, I think he wants to.
Kenny, you want to read it for us?
not me. Want to.
Yes.
I thought you want to read
he
it for
said yes.
us. I thought you want to read it for us. Oh, well. Okay. How about this? For a crack in the crust. Let's see. We will listen. Okay. But wait a minute. Okay. Now, let's see. How can we listen? Not this one, obviously. Okay. Is it around here?
And melted liquid rock called
Nope.
on top of the hot magma of the mantle. A crack in the crust
Okay, so it's this one.
of Earth's continental plates. The Earth's crust and part of the mantle are divided into several large pieces called continental plates. The plates float on top of the hot magma of the mantle.
Okay, now listen carefully for a crack in the crust, okay?
A crack in the crust. When two continental plates move apart, a crack or opening forms in the Earth's crust. A volcano erupts when hot magma, gases, and ash are pushed up through a crack. When magma pours out, it is called lava. The lava often causes craters to form at the top of volcanoes.
Okay, so let me ask you a little bit. What happens when two continental plates move apart?
It will make a
will?
crack
It
in the
will
crust.
make a crack in the crust. Okay, it will make a crack in the Earth's crust, like that's right, this one. Okay, a crack or opening forms in the Earth's crust. So, what kind of materials come out of the volcano? Hot what?
Magma,
Hot magma,
gases,
gases,
and
ash are pushed up through a crack. That's right. Okay. So, what is lava?
is from magma to pours out to
When magma pours out, it is called lava.
lava.
Yes, okay. So, how are craters formed? How are craters
Craters.
formed? Craters. How are craters formed?
At the top of the volcanoes.
The lava often causes craters to form. Okay. That is about the crack in the crust. Now, we will move on to the next one. Let me ask you, what do you think about this reading? Is it too slow or is it too boring? Let me ask you for your opinion. What do you think? Do you know the reason why we read? What is it? What is it?
I think I heard boring.
Yeah. Someone said bored. Who said bored? It's
Okay.
okay. It's okay. Who said?
Me.
Okay. Do you know the reason why we read? Do you know the reason why we read? Because most of the time, when we talk or when we chat to someone, okay, when we speak, we sometimes forget how to spell the words or how to write the words. Reading improves our vocabularies. It will help you too, so that you will be able to read faster. Because in our tests, there will be lots of reading. Okay? The good thing is, because it's lots of reading, the answer will be in the reading. But you will need to read fast. You need to know how to read better. Okay. Now about moving and shaking. Okay. Now this one, I will be the one who read it for all of you. Okay. Don't be too sleepy because I'm reading for all of you, because I know you are near your bed. I know that your bed is just a several steps away, that you will get
No,
sleep.
no, it's not.
Maybe not for you, maybe not, maybe yes for someone. Okay, for several of you.
Lemon.
We'll see. Okay, so I will read
It's
it.
close.
Please do not be entranced by my lullaby. Okay, I will read it. Moving and shaking. Earthquakes happen when the edges of two plates rub against each other. Friction can build up between two plates. When this friction is released, it causes the ground to move and shake. An earthquake or volcanic eruption under the sea can cause a tsunami or a giant wave. The sudden movement of the ocean floor causes waves to form in the water above. The waves can grow and become enormous tsunamis as they travel toward the shore. Okay, so what is friction? What do you think? What is friction? A little bit of science in here. What is friction? Okay,
Fraction is
friction is what, Kenny?
math.
Friction is math. What do you mean that by friction is math? Okay, now what I want you to do,
Action.
what I want you to do is to use your hands, clap them together like this. Okay, clap them together like this. Okay, and then rub your hands like this. What do you feel? What do you feel?
Hot.
Hot.
Hot. That is friction. Okay, when something is rubbing to another thing, it will become hot. That is friction. Now touch it to your face, and then you will feel the warmth of your heat from your hand. And then I hope that you will wake
Mister,
up.
my face already warm.
Your face already warm, but you have an air conditioner over there. Okay. So this is how you do with a friction. Okay, you can almost do anything. If you want to, maybe a paper with another paper, you also make a friction. If you want to walk, it's
Turns
also
into fire.
friction. And then it will make fire. Yes, because of the heat. The heat will make fire. Okay? So that is friction. Okay. So how is everyone still wake up? Everyone still wake up?
No.
No.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Uh,
Okay. So if you make lots of friction, there are several people who also can make fire from friction between two woods. Okay, now what we're going to do is go to the next page, which is page 54. Okay, we're still continuing about natural disasters. Now this,
Okay.
what we studied, what we've read before is about the natural disaster. But what we're going to do now is to know how to survive when we have a natural disaster. Let me ask you before, what will you do if there is an earthquake?
Go down. Go somewhere down.
Go somewhere down for Michael.
Chair.
If
Like a
Go
chair.
outside.
go outside for Ashley.
It's
Okay,
still dangerous if outside. It can crack some little.
could
No,
be.
if I go to the park, because the park no building, so
Go to the
cannot.
Okay, go to the park because the park has no building, so that you could save over there. All of your answers are correct. So the first one, when you cannot get out from the building, you need to go down to under the table, under something that is strong, that could help you, that nothing will be make you get buried. Nothing will hit you on the head. When you get down, you will also need
Armor.
to use your arm, cover your neck, and then become like a turtle. Okay? That's the first one, if you cannot go out from the building. But if you can, you have to get out immediately because you don't want to get trapped inside the building when it's falling down. And what Sean said is also correct. Go to the park, go to a place where there is no building at all, or something that is tall that can collapse to you. Okay? So, let's do a little bit of exercise for this one. Let's see. Okay. Now, let's do something. This is actually from the reading too, but there are several things in here. For example, scientists use seismographs to study activity under the Earth's crust. Which one is it from the picture for number one? This is not in your book.
What the one?
Number one, scientists use seismographs to study activity under the Earth's crust. Which one?
Number 2.
This one?
Number two.
This one.
Yeah.
So this one is,
Two.
we'll put number one over there. And then number two. These students in California are taking part in an earthquake drill. Which one is it?
Number 4.
Okay, so this
Four,
one is number
four.
two. And then architects and engineers can design buildings and structures that are
One.
earthquake resistant. Number one. Okay. After a natural disaster, people can start to rebuild their community together. Okay, let's see, okay?
Three.
Let's see about the answer, and it is oh, number one and number four is wrong. So that means this one is number four, and
Four.
this one is number three.
Three.
There we go. Okay, so because this is rebuilding, as you can see the picture over there, it's already happened. The earthquake is already happened. While in here, this is about the bridge. A bridge is really fragile if there is an earthquake. So that's why they need to make it better. Did you know, this is something that's not in the book, but did you know that because Japan has lots of earthquake, they built their buildings into anti-earthquake. So the building will move following the earthquake.
You mean like a bunker?
No, a bunker is going down to the basement underground, but this is the building itself can move following the way of the earthquake. So it won't fall down. Because the reason why buildings fall down because of earthquake is it cannot follow the movement of the earth. So it fell down. Okay. And I think that is it for our lesson for today. Okay, it's already
Now
11:42,
we can go.
and we are done. Okay,
And
I'm
we
gonna
are
stop the
tired.
recording. I